Yeah, Salakia, my bad. I had to change it because it shows some kids with guns on there, and they gave me a strike last time because the guy that committed suicide by playing with guns on live, they gave me a strike for that video because allegedly it was a picture with him smoking a blunt. You know, and they called it child endangerment. Like, how the hell am I endangering children because I'm exposing the light on what these wicked ass niggas are doing? You know, but like I said, this is your defense here. This is who you need to send to fight your war. Okay? Like I said, get a black van, do like a sweep, like a 3 mile radius, and sweep them and flush them all out. And they'll go to war for you, man. You know, just promise them a good salary, pay them good, let them smoke their blunts and shit like that, man. You know, and then, hey, there you go. But there will be a draft here in America, okay? So anyway, this is the book of Second Esdras. Matter of fact, let's get this in what's the scripture? Isaiah here. Isaiah the 3rd chapter. And we're gonna go all the way down to verses 25. It says, and thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the war. These is consider your mighty men in Babylon, okay? These little grimy ninjas here. Now, I'm not sure they will fare too well in a society where they don't understand the terrain and they don't understand the dynamic. They've never shot up against Russians. They would get ate alive out there. But hey, you gonna need numbers, right? So, I mean, you need body. You're sending people over there to die anyway. And the ones that don't die on a conventional war, Yahweh Shah is gonna get them. So regardless, they fuck. But this is what I'm saying. If you want to bring back a draft, which eventually you will have to, they're even talking about it in parts of Europe. Look, I think France was talking about bringing back a draft. One of those European countries. But basically, you know, this is your men, your fighting age men. And I believe Esau will get these guys, man. You know, I believe he will. Because like I said, nobody's going to willingly sign up for this war. Because for what? Like, people are already fed up with America. And they already believe that, you know, the taxpayers' dollars are going over there to fund a bunch of people that don't have your best interests here at your so-called home. So it says, thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in war, and her gates shall lament and mourn, and she should be desolate and to sit upon the ground, man. Okay, going into our people. So let's go from here to the book of where we at? Wars and Rumors of Wars, Matthew's the 24th chapter. Because right now, even though World War III is pretty evident at this point, and the key and the puzzle pieces are in place, it's still a rumor at this point because it's not nuclear yet, okay? And it's not going to go global or nuclear until the introducing of the MOTB. But the good news is that all the puzzle pieces are being put in play. So when that does happen, then, hey, it's one prophecy. This prophecy can roll right into that prophecy, all right? So this is the book of Matthew 24. In 6, it says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you're not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So Yahweh Shai told us not to be troubled about it. So brothers ain't got to worry about being caught up in a draft, man. Okay, but you know, a lot of you other Israelites who the Most High is not dealing with, the ones that like to tote guns and camp and all that good stuff, hey, you may just get that draft letter. And because you guys are carnal, you may just go. Then again, Jake is rebellious too, so that's another fight. All right, but it says, for nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and that's talking about war. And there should be famines and pestilence and earthquakes and diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows, okay? So when you look at how many wars are going on right now, let's do a check on that. How many wars are being fought today? Many wars are going on right now. Ooh-wee. Today's armed conflict. This man is not, I mean, this man is he will never stop. This is why he has to be taken out of power. Major wars, 10,000 or more combat-related deaths in the current or previous year. Okay, they going all the way back. We ain't talking about that. We want a modern-day war. Today's armed conflict. Middle East and North Africa, more than 45 armed conflicts. And guess what? All of it is due to the fucking white man. All right. It says there's a number of most affected regions. More than 45 armed conflicts are currently taking place throughout the Middle East in North Africa and in the following territories, which is Cyprus, Egypt, Iraq, Israel, Libya, Morocco, Palestine, Syria, Turkey, Yemen, and Western Sahara. All right. Africa, more than 35 armed conflicts. Asia, 21. Europe, 7, which that's hard to believe. Latin America, 6, but you never know they never showed America. Okay. How many wars U.S. It says currently there are 108 wars on the list, 4 which are ongoing. But you have proxy wars as well. The U.S. is presently involved in 15 shadow wars. Here's why. 10 conflicts to watch for in 2024. Yeah, so, this is safe to say that we're in a time of war. All right. Go here, Ecclesiastes 3. All right. It's the book of Ecclesiastes 3. And I'm going to start at verses 3 and 3. Matter of fact, let's start at 1. It says, to everything there's a season, and to a time every purpose under heaven. And I'm going to jump down to verse 3. It says a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up. We're in a time of breaking down. Okay, verse 8. It says a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. We are in the time of war. Okay, like it tells us in Joel, sound the alarm of war. Okay, because right now, the armed conflicts with Russia is making threats to the West, and found out that Russia, they have, I believe, like a cruise ship that's 90 miles outside of America or off the coast of Florida. I believe in Cuba. I believe that Russia docked like some type of naval vessel, and they're within 90 miles from the coast of Florida, so they can donate a Tomahawk or a supersonic missile, and they can be here in a matter of minutes, and they can destroy half the coast of Florida if they wanted to. So they are already in your basement. They are already in your backyard. You know what I'm saying? In your attic in Alaska. They all around this place. They already surrounding this place in the Atlantic. Okay. I believe, what is it? The Arctic. And then you have the Pacific Oceans. You know, your ally or your nation or your enemies are surrounding you all around about. Okay. Because that's the Lord's plan. Now going from here to the book of, what is it? Psalms. I think it's Psalms 140. What is it? Psalms 140. Gathered war. I think it's Psalms 140 and 2. Okay. So it reads here, it says, deliver me, O Yahweh, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man. Who is that? That's you devils. First and foremost, which imagine mischiefs in their heart. Continually they are gathered together for war. Okay, continually, because they say out of 226 odd years, or 240 some odd years, this place have been in war between 226 to 232 years, man. So this man ain't even know 2 decades of peace since he's been back in rulership. That's why it says continually they are gathered together for war, because everywhere Esau goes, there's a conflict, man. It says, and they have sharpened their tongues like a serpent, and adder's poison is under their lips. Okay. Keep me, O Yahweh, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent men who have purpose to overthrow my goings. And this is why the elect, we're going to be okay from this draft. Okay. We're not going to have to worry about that. Even if they may threaten us with jail time or whatever, the Most High is going to take care of us. Okay. And hey, brothers might not even get that draft letter. You know, but a lot of you 230ans, you're going to get that letter because, hey, that's your purpose, to go and meet the Lord, and not in a good way. You ain't going over there to shake his hand or salute him in the name of Yahweh Shai. Okay, you're going over there to be basically fire and brimstone, missile food. You see? So 2nd Ezra 16, and I'm going to start at verses 31. It says, even so in the last days there should be 3 or 4 left by them that searches their houses with the sword, and the earth should be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and our ways and all our paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man should travel there through. And the virgins shall mourn, and this is when Isaiah 4:1 is going to come and play, because a lot of these women, they men are going to die off, and a lot of them ain't going to have men, you know, and they're going to try to seek out the men of the Most High. And it says, the virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms, and women shall mourn, having no husbands, and their daughters shall mourn, having no husbands, having no helpers, Salakia. And in the wars should the bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands should perish of famine. Okay, and what wars is this talking about? The wars that's going on now, which is going to escalate. Okay. Congress bringing back draft, because that's the talks now, a draft, because if they do go to World War III, we'll go to World War III. World War III is technically started, but once the third war becomes evidently obvious, they're going to have to bring in the numbers, because, hey, they going to need bodies. Okay? U.S. military draft, what you need to know. It says, while there isn't currently a draft in place, Congress and the president can reinstate the draft in the event of a national emergency. So let's just say if they hit an American city with a pocket nuke and destroy half the city of Chicago, that's a declaration of war. They're going to recruit. They're going to need people. For one thing, they're going to send out their armed forces. Then they're going to send out their reserves. Once those numbers get depleted, they're going to reinstate a draft, because you have reserves as well. And a lot of people are still on reserve, active duty members, that's in their 40s. So they're going to get that call. Okay. But nonetheless, prophetic wise, they're going to have to bring back a draft, because we're in a time of war. Okay. Jeremiah 51. And I'm going to start at verses. Let's start at verses 28. It says, prepare against her the nations with the king of the Medes and the captains thereof, which goes into the Russians, and all the rulers thereof, and all the land of his dominion. Meaning that surrounding area. You got Ukraine. You got the part of the Muslim or Arab nations. They're all going to come to aid the Russians in battle against Babylon the Great. And it reads, and the land should tremble in sorrow, for every purpose of Yahweh should be performed against Babylon, to make the land a desolation without inhabitant, meaning it's going to be totally destroyed. It says, the mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight, and they have remained in their holds, and their might have failed, and they became as women. It says, they have burnt our dwelling places, and our bars are broken. And one post shall run to meet another, and one messenger to meet another, and to show the king of Babylon that his city is taken on one end, and that the passages are stopped, and the needs they have burnt with fire, and the men of war are frightened. So once they are out there fighting this war in the east, okay, and the Russians and the other allies shoot off those missiles, and Yahweh Shah pops up in the atmosphere. Remember, this is all going to go on at one time. So there's going to be a lot taking place. But as those missiles are shot to America, they're going to get report. And when they see the report, that's when they're going to be like, oh, shit, America was just destroyed. So think about the type of PTSD or the type of traumatic effect there's going to be on these soldiers. Because remember, they have families here. They have mothers. They have fathers. They have children. They have women. And this place is going to be totally melted, man. So in their mindset, everybody just died. And then all of a sudden, you got these big UFOs, what we call the chariots of Israel, the chariots of Yahweh Shai, popping up in the atmosphere and shooting laser beams. And these people are going to be literally through. Okay, they ain't going to want to fight no more. Their might is going to fail because, like I said, when they get record that America has just been nuked off the face of the earth, first thing they're going to come about, oh, damn, my family, my wife, my children, my father, my mother, my dog, I don't want my possessions, my house is gone, my car is gone, that's gone, that's gone. They're going to like, okay, well, our country is destroyed. What the fuck do we do now? They just going to die, man. And the Lord going to put the spirit on them to continue to fight. But at that point, they know it's over. They know this is a war they can't win, especially when Yahweh Shah pops up. So, yeah, it's getting ready to get real, real gritty out here, man. Hey, brothers, we just got to sit back and relax and let the chips fall where they may. All right, but with that, all praises and glory and honor is due to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai. Lord's will, you will edify into the next lesson. Shalom.